So I got out, 6th period, the bell rings, I get on my bike. By that time, everything's swollen up. And I have my tight 501s. I'm I rode all the way home.
Yeah.
I rushed in the bathroom right away. And then my mom comes home from work, and I slammed the door, and she's like, how was school today? I can't talk right now. And I go in the bathroom, and then there for about 2 hours.
Yeah. Hey everybody, this is my guest, Stevie D, author of the Trans Am Diaries. Show him that book. This guy's great. He's from Kentucky. He wrote a book. Did you read a lot of books growing up?
What?
Did you?
Is this unnatural?
Yeah. Did you? No, this guy's got a million great stories. Like you were telling me when you were a kid, you were actually in a police chase.
Oh, yeah. Can I tell the story about getting stabbed in the junk with a pencil?
Yeah.
So we're talking about when boys come of age, like your son's 11, going to be 12.
Yeah.
And spending time in the bathroom.
Yep.
So when I was in the 10th grade, my buddy in between classes was talking to a couple of girls. I'm like, I try to C-block him. So I run up behind him, jumped on his back like a ninja. What's up, bro? And he's like, okay, get off me. So I slid down his back, and I didn't know he had two number 2 sharpened pencils in his back pocket of his 501s. And I slid down, and I hear a crack, and I feel like a piercing. We're almost passed out. And he's like, I had pencils. I just sharpened you. So I looked down, and in my 501s, there was one broken off pencil, and then there was a half of a pencil, and the other half was in my scrotum.
Oh my God.
So I was like, yeah. The girls were laughing.
That's not funny.
We staged that. That was good. That was a good prank. That was a stunt. We're good. I'm good. And then the bell rang, and I went and sat down and like sweating profusely, and I just raised my hand. I said, can I go to the bathroom? Went to the bathroom, went in the stall, there was blood all over my underwear, pulled out the other half of the pencil.
Yeah.
The problem was there was no lead.
Oh, wow.
Literally no lead on the pencil. So there's blood everywhere. I'm getting toilet paper. I'm sticking in my underwear. I'm like, Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Now I'm like 4'10" in the 10th grade, weigh about a $110. I'm not about to go to the nurse and let her dig around in my junk.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm tough. I'm going to just ride it out today.
Dude, you are tough.
I rode my BMX bike that day. I lived about 8 hot-ass country miles away from my school. So I got out, 6th period, the bell rings, I get on my bike. By that time, everything's swollen up. And I have my tight 501s. I rode all the way home.
Yeah.
I rushed in the bathroom right away. And then my mom comes home from work, and I slammed the door, and she's like, how was school today? I can't talk right now. And I go in the bathroom, and then there for about 2 hours, I end up getting fingernail clippers, tweezers, and did MacGyver. So I operated on myself. The lead turned out being broken off into 2 pieces in there.
Oh my gosh.
And I could feel it. I could feel like a piece of it. And I'd have to cut a bigger hole with the tweezers.
Dang.
Blood. And I'm like shaking. I'd cut a bigger hole and stick the tweezers and dig around. That's not it. I think that's supposed to be back in there. So I ended up getting I got both pieces of the lead out, put them in a Ziploc bag.
Get the lead out! You're like, I sure will.
Took them to school the next day and showed my buddy.
Wow.
Bam. So I still have a little scar. I'm going to show it to you right now,
No.
Darren.
It ain't that kind of show.
You sure?
By the way,
anyway,
happy ending. He has 2 children, by the way.
I have 2 children. Years later, when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I said, I think I know how I got it. I was stabbed in the junk with the number 2 lead pencil when I was 15, and the doctor says, that's not your prostate, hillbilly.
Oh.
Well, it's the same neighborhood, right? So it's in the junk, and it turns out you're...
By the way, he's healthy. He's healthy now, thank God. Healthy.
I'm not supposed to look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I said, I swear, whatever, I would not look up.
We put the monitor up there, and what happens is it looks better if we look at each other or look right there. Yeah. But occasionally we have to be like, what do we look like? And it's like,
I look rough. I've been awake for about 20 hours.
That'd be interesting, though, like if this is in a script, and then maybe some girls are like, what up, pencil dick? And you're like, you know the story?
I had lead in my pencil.
Get the lead out. Oh my gosh! So he's got like I didn't even know about that story. You were in a police chase when you were a little kid in Kentucky on the back of the road, just like in the Dukes of Hazzard, man.
Is that weird? Your dad's a '69 Carmen Gia with my dad had outstanding warrants. And...
Well, it started with I think you told me that story. You said that there was some prisoners. They let the prisoners in Kentucky.
Oh, that's a different story. They
let them look at the fireworks, right?
Yeah. So You want that story?
Yeah, tell, because I think
So my dad was an electrician.
Yeah.
He was also a lineman, like climbed up the poles. And he was driving. We had a 4th of July, like a regatta boat race. And the jail was right on the river. It was like right next to the river, the jail. So it was a small town. They thought it was a good idea. You know, it's not fair them prisoners don't get to see the fireworks and everything. They need to come on out and see some Roman candles. So they let the prisoners, they trucked them over like a block and let them out at the riverbanks to watch the fireworks. And there was one badass guy, and he was just, I'm not getting out of this. They called it a paddy wagon, like a police van. He wouldn't come out. So this officer, I think his name was David Glass, stepped into the van to get him, and the guy attacked him. It was just beating him, biting him, took his gun, pistol whipping him. The guy was trying to kill him. And there was like 2,000 people watching this. Wow. And nobody would do anything. So my dad jumped in, and he'd like to fight anyway. So he jumped in and, you know, got the guy, and, you know, they were fighting, and he restrained the guy, and he's like, okay, get some backup. They're like, we got to go back to the station now and get some cuffs. We ain't got any cuffs on us. So he said he held the guy for like 30 minutes. He held him down. The guy was just trying to get away with his life. He's like,
the only thing
get this dude
between
off
him
me.
and freedom was some guy from this
some
community.
Dumbass. What do you got to do with this? Why are you jumping on me, an electrician?
Oh my gosh.
So the next day, my dad came home from work, and the police station had called my mom and said, you know, we're going to do something special. We got like a plaque, an award we're going to give him. Can you tell him to come down to the station? So my dad comes home from work. Wish I had the picture in front of me to show you. So my dad comes home from work, and my mom says, Sherman, they need to see you down at the police station. Got some more questions. He's like, ah, you son of a bitch. Didn't I do enough for them? So he goes down right after work, and there's a picture of him in the paper, and the policeman shaking his hand and giving him a plaque for outstanding bravery or something. But then, you know, that was his get out of jail free card for like 2 years. And and the story you're talking about, Darren, my parents divorced shortly thereafter. I was probably 5 or 6 years old. And he had some girlfriend in the car, and he's running from the cops, and there's blue lights behind us. And I just remember her saying, Sherman, if you love me, you'd pull over. And I'm like, well, bitch, she's not pulling. You want to open the door and bail.
So you're in the back seat of this car?
No, I'm in the front seat.
Oh, you're in the front seat?
Squished. I was in the front seat with the lady. And I just remember going, man, I kind of wish he would stop too. And there'd be roadblocks, and he would go around them like you see in the movie.
Yeah. Was it fun and exciting?
Well, it was kind of, you know, I'm sure I didn't have a seatbelt on, and he was hammering. And he was like, no, I'm good. Just let me get back to the trailer. So we get back there, and so then they're going to arrest him. And I remember one particular policeman, my dad was like making a deal with the cops, like, all right, you can take me, but he's not going to take me. If he puts hands on me, there's going to be a problem. Like, all right, well, you back up. Okay, I get this. I just remember seeing
negotiating with them.
Yeah. So I remember my mom and my grandmother came and got me, and his girlfriend was passed out. I think the police called and said, you might want to come and get him. And she was passed out. And I kept trying they didn't have her address or something. So I kept trying to hand the drunk lady the phone. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. So they figured it out, came and got me. But
damn. And then you were telling me another story. If you want to tell that one.
Which one? The whiskey barrels?
Yeah. No. Oh, well, can we end on that? Should we end on that one?
Whatever you want. Yeah.
There's a story that your mom.
I'm not proud of any of these stories.
Yeah, I know. It's like
I have kids now.
Your mom remarried this guy, and then you guys got into it.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I weighed about maybe $110, and this guy was always he was a racist and abusive to my mom.
He was like some abusive jackass.
Yeah, it's just, the usual typical. He reminds me of, you ever see Sling Blade?
Yeah.
Dwight Yoakam's part in Sling Blade?
Yeah.
That's exactly him. Just always mad. And, so one day we get into a fight, he and I, and he like tried to break my arm. And I was like this big. My son's 10 right now, and he's bigger than I was at the time.
Yeah.
So I remember him trying to break my arm.
Gosh.
And finally I'd get away from him, and I'd go in my bedroom, and I had a 12-gauge shotgun.
How old were you again?
At this time, I was probably 14, maybe, but I was tiny. I was a little kid.
You had a 12-gauge shotgun. You still had it?
I had a shotgun. Yeah, I got it when I was 12 years old. And so I went in the bedroom, loaded the shotgun. I said, all right, I'll take care of this. So then I called him some names to draw him back, because I wanted him to get away from my mom.
Yeah.
And so he came to the door.
He used to abuse his mom, by the way.
Yeah. That's why we would fight. Yeah.
He used to punch your mom, kick her, and he was bad.
Real tough guy.
Yeah.
So he came to the door, but my mom wouldn't step away from him, and I kept saying, "Mom, get," and she wouldn't do it. So he called the police on me, and then the police come, and he's crazy. He got a shotgun there, man. I didn't do anything. I just came home from work, and next thing you know. So But the funny story about the shotgun is, so my dad gave me that shotgun when I was 12 years old. My dad ended up moving away, and I didn't have a car after he left. And so I only saw him like, once a year or whatever. So he dropped in my 12th birthday and said, "Here, Steve, happy birthday. And here's a shotgun. Don't point it at anybody and, don't shoot your face off." But to his credit, I say in the next book that he didn't give me any shotgun shells. He's like, "Here's a gun. You'll figure it out." So years later, just like 5 years ago, I'm like, I wonder what happened to that shotgun. And when I moved to California, I left it with my Uncle Joe, who's a Vietnam veteran. And like patriotic, the real deal, badass, Purple Heart. So I called him one day. I said, "Uncle Joe, you still have my 12 gauge shotgun?" He's like, "Yeah, I still got it, Stevie." And I said, well, someday when my son's old enough, when Colin's old enough, I'd like pass it down to him and I'll teach him how to, won't just go out in the woods and shoot beer cans like I did.
Yeah.
Old cars or whatever you see. But he goes, "All right, well, I go, I don't need it now." He's, he's like 5 years old, and so the next, like 2 days after that on Facebook, he puts in bold caps, because I'm sure he doesn't know how to undo the caps.
Oh yeah, there's people that are like that. Yeah.
It's everything is in caps. No punctuation, no periods. "Stevie, I put that shotgun of yours in the mail yesterday. You should be getting it in a few days, I reckon." And this was on my Facebook page, and there's algorithm shotgun. I'm like, I'm on the list. I'm on the list. I'm on the FBI list. So I sent him a private message. I said, "Uncle Joe, by any chance, did you send it to a gun shop? Because I know there's transfer fees. I have other guns now, and I know the process." And I knew he was going to say, no, didn't. I got no time for that BS, the bureaucratic BS. He goes, "No, I just found a fluorescent light bulb box and I just stuck it in there." And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm never going to see this shotgun." So I'd be checking the mail every day. We had a condo at the time, so our mailbox was like centrally located in the middle of the property. It was like this big. So if you didn't, they'd leave a package at your door if it's too big. You had a big package. And excuse me, I had a big package. So hey,
big package,
I'll tell you the pencil story. So one day I hear a quick knock on the door. Open doors, no one there. I look to the side of the door, and there's a long box. And sure enough, I opened the box, and I have the shotgun.
Pocket Party.